Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today, my friends, we're going to talk about some really cool updates that have happened that I found an article about and some people have told me about. So we're going to look into this right now, and I give you a little update from my LOTRO community. This is for LOTRO stuff. All right, so the Lord of the Rings Online's 2 zones were leaked. I'm very excited. These are zones I've always wanted them to make. So we're going to talk about that real quick and a couple other big things, okay? So here we go. Let's get straight into it. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and again, if you do enjoy this, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, here we go. The Lord of the Rings Online's next 2 zones leak as Embracer buys up rights to the Lord of the Rings franchise. Okay, so this is huge. This is not just for LOTRO. This is for all Lord of the Rings stuff, okay? So let's look at this real quick, and we'll voice some things if it's good or bad. So here is the region. So there's a big announcement on the horizon for Lord of the Rings Online, but it may have just been leaked. Again, I assume this would come anyway. In between their big expansions, they usually add a smaller area, which is usually a big expansion within itself, but it's usually a smaller area that isn't a level cap, but it's to make like more streamlined. For example, they added a new area called Yondershire, right? Just this last year. And what it does is it allows you to have another area to level. So you're not always stuck leveling in the same region. You can choose and change your pathing, so to say. So it's kind of exciting. Again, more places for us to explore on our tour playlist on the channel if you want to check that out as well. So anyway, it's the Lord of the Rings. The maps emerged on Reddit. Oh no. Showing the 2 big zones in Eriador, the lower level region, and should be called out this year on update 34. The leaked regions are Swanfleet and Cardolan, which is very cool areas of Middle-earth, you guys. It is in the southern part of Eriador. We'll talk about that in a second. They're sizable maps that will be fitted, south of Bree, Shire, Breeland, Lowlands, and Trollshaws. It's again Eriador. It's the left side, Misty Mountains, right, and Gap of Rohan, the one side underneath. That area next to the water, which I've actually always wanted them to add. And again, remember how I've been saying since I started the channel, and I've been saying this for years before I started the channel, that they're planning on fitting all these every location you can't get to that's shown on the map areas. They're gonna slowly add those locations over time, which is cool because again, as we know, Lord of the Rings Online, it's one of the biggest games for walking around in, and no, it's gonna be bigger for exploring. And all those places are big. It's not just empty land of nothingness. It's things you can do, exploring, deeds, quests. They're not just like boring. Oh great, yeah, they're adding more land that you just walk around aimlessly on. No. They add stuff you can do. You can explore. You can do deeds. Sometimes they'll add a new housing region. This is really exciting, you guys. So now we got the city, the key cities of Tharbad and Kerith Gelebren, which is kind of cool. All right, those are the new areas. The waterways, plenty of hills, waterways, including the Delta, which you see and hear about in a lot of the Second Age stuff, which is kind of cool. Again, they're expanding on things now that we're technically, no spoilers, if you do the chapter stories, we're technically past the Lord of the Rings books in the LOTRO. So they're expanding and exploring other parts of the world, which is really cool and really fun. And they do a really good job with the lore on LOTRO. It's fantastically well done. They don't mess up anything. It's always, their stuff they add is always so true to Tolkien. I love it. But for this, the LOTRO has another announcement to make. The 3rd legendary item reward track has arrived with new legendaries. Also, the virtue cap, this is cool to know, has been increased to 82, and the max level of your legendary item can now get to 480. On legendary items and items in general, there is a level on the item itself that is separate from character levels. The max level at the time of this video and in the game is 140, by the way, so you know. The game you do not have 480 levels in the game. Don't worry for people who are new to the game. That is an item level thing. It's a little bit different. But that is cool, very cool. And if there's not enough to make your head swim, the rights to Middleearth Enterprises, this is another big one, guys, under the Lord of the Rings exists, it has been sold from this company, all right, to the Embracer Group AB, that the company bought PWE and Cups. These are all big company names. Again, a lot of people asked me in comments, hey, do you think this is going to affect our game, stuff? And no, it's not affecting any of the team on LOTRO or the people who make the lore, etc., etc. These are people, these are the upper echelon, basically the people who fund things, right? Big companies, and they see that, you know, this is a good franchise. Yeah, well, it is. Lord of the Rings is one of the best ever made. Anyway, moving on. But they have intellectual property catalog of worldwide rights to motion pictures, video games, board games, merchandising. This might mean we get all these fun, we might get some cool new fun things here. Theme parks and stage production related to the iconic fantasy literature works of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit. So that's pretty cool. Again, they're rights, but Middle-earth Enterprises will be a part of the newly founded operating group. So that is really cool. That's cool. The press release report, it hasn't acquired the rights to the books, which is probably a good thing, right? The Tolkien estate is really, they don't want people messing with all the books, really. So I can understand that. Again, the non-Lord of the Rings Middle-earth books and some of the TV show works, all right? So very cool. So here's one of the places. Here's Swan Fleet. Very cool. Again, this name, I don't remember if this name is mentioned in the lore. Leave a comment if you do remember, but I'm pretty sure they might have made that name up for this place just because they had to make something. So this is going to be on the bottom left of the Middle-earth map, which I will show you real quick. All right, there it is. So here's the map of Middle-earth from the Lord of the Rings Online. And basically what they're adding is we have all of this area pretty much, but this is completely blank right here on the far left. This whole area right here is completely blank. So these two new areas are going to be located right here where this river inland comes in, and probably another one either in between here or down here. Cardalin. I believe this whole area is called Cardalin on the actual map. That's the real name of it. So I believe that's what this one will be right here. Which, it'll be just north of the river region, it looks like. It'll be just north of it, that whole area. And there's another area just south of that. So anyway, really exciting that they're going into this stuff here. I'm pretty darn excited. I think we will definitely, I will have this article linked for you below if you'd like to look at it yourself. And I'm gonna send out these things on the channel for you guys so you can see it. So anyway, my friends, I hope you have a great, wonderful day in Middle-earth. Very excited about these updates, about these new areas. I've always kind of wanted them to add these areas. I remember as a, when I first played this game, I was pretty much just barely a teenager at the time. I was so like, oh, I wonder when they'll ever make this, or they'll make that region, or this region. And guess what? Now they're making all of them, and it's so exciting. I remember when Gondor opened up for the first time in Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings Online. I was like, I remember wanting Gondor back in the day, 10 years previously. And then I got to go see Gondor for the first time a few years back. That was pretty cool. So again, fantastic, super, super exciting. I hope you guys have a wonderful day in Middle-earth. If you did like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out. Thank you to my wonderful patrons right here. They're the best. Thank you for your support. Thank you to my subscribers. Subscribe button's gonna be right here if I earned it. Next episode will be up there in the top left. And for this playlist, and over there, we'll have my main content there. Yes. You guys have a great day in Middle-earth. LOTRO Tale, where I do voiceovers and all that kind of fun stuff. So see you guys and have a great day in Middle-earth.